people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you at, wherever you at. Whenever you watching this, I hope the day is treating you well. Give a little second for people to file in. It's an amazing, beautiful day. Very amazing and beautiful day. We're going to talk about why chosen ones are a narcissist's worst nightmare. Yup. Again, why chosen ones are a narcissist's worst nightmare. Yes, yes. File in, file in. Show y'all something. Let's see where we at. If you know where that's at, that's the lights, the famous lights exhibit in LA. I know you've probably seen it in some videos, some movies. That's it right there. The famous lights exhibit. Let's go ahead and see it again. Show y'all some. And that's the art museum. Then the Academy building is next to it. And the Peterson is behind me, the Automotive Museum, the Peterson. It's on the other side of this building. That's where Biggie Smalls got killed. You know, the rapper Notorious B.I.G., that's where he got killed. It's on the other side of this building over here on Fairfax. But anyways, let's get into it. The 5 reasons why chosen ones are a narcissist's worst nightmare. Number 1, as a narcissist, you're not really moved. You're not moved by the grandiose behaviors of a narcissist. You're not moved by them. As regular people may be, regular people get moved by all the gestures and all the stops that a narcissist may pull out. But as a chosen one, it don't really move you. The antics that they have, it doesn't move you. The behavior that they have doesn't move you. A lot of narcissists build up this big behavior and big bravado in order to move people, in order to sway people, in order to influence people to like them. But that doesn't work on a narcissist. That doesn't work on the chosen ones. See, chosen ones, we look deeper than the surface. We look down and to see what's in people's soul, People always say, well, what does somebody look like? Or things of that sort, and we bypass that. We always say, what's people's soul look like? And that's one thing that a narcissist cannot manipulate, is a good soul. That's one thing, again, like a narcissist cannot manipulate is a good soul. They can't fake a good soul. And that's what chosen ones have. We have a good detector for a good soul. So that's why narcissists hate us, because no matter what, all the stops, all the ego, all the grandiosity that they have, we don't fall for it. We don't fall for it at all. Who ain't got no drip? Oh, well, that's what you see. But anyways, have a good day, bit out. Hope day is treating you well. I said we're not moved by the narcissist. Gunner, what's good with you? No, not at all. You sound like an energy vampire. But anyways, like I'm saying, what's good, Gunner? How you doing? Like I'm saying, a lot of chosen ones, we're not influenced or moved by the grandiosity of a narcissist. I said we're always looking into people's soul. What is their soul like? You can fake what's on the outside, but you can't fake on the inside. Again, you can fake what's on the outside, but you can't fake a good heart. And that's one thing that a lot of narcissists don't have and can't duplicate at all, is a good heart, is a good soul, good conscience. You can't do that. Yeah, it is fake. I got it from the middle of the mall. Appreciate it, though. Number 2. I just said I got it from the middle of the mall, so T-move, fake, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. All right, number 2, not easily manipulated not easily manipulated. Again, this falls around with number 1, but you got to see, what I'm saying is it's from a different sense right now. What I'm saying is we're not easily manipulated by a narcissist, because I know they ain't got to be nice because they're insignificant anyways. They don't matter. They're insignificant. That's why they're on here trolling. We over here trying to teach and learn and build up, and they over here learning. Section 8, that's a good one. Hold up, you just taken away now. At this point, your trolling is taken away, so we got to go ahead and put you in timeout. You know what I'm saying? A little trolling is good in here. A little trolling here and there is cool, you know, but, you know, when you take away from when people are trying to talk and communicate, you know, that got to go bye-bye. We can't have that. A lot of people are miserable. So let's get into it. They're not, we see, chosen ones are not easily manipulated. We're not easily manipulated, like I said, by a narcissist. And what a narcissist tries to do is not necessarily, and what I'm speaking on is not by their ego, but what I'm saying is how they manipulate people into falling and doing as they want them to do. Again, you know, a real narcissist is very good at with their words and things of that sort. But the reason why a chosen one doesn't fall for it is because of their divine intuition. Again, the divine intuition that we have from the divine allows us to see through the bullshit. Again, that divine intuition that we have allows us to see through the bullshit that a narcissist portrays, that a narcissist sends out, that a narcissist gives out. You know, the lies that they try to tell, the gaslighting that they try to do, that doesn't work with the chosen one. It don't work. It may work every once in a blue moon, depending on if we have our defenses down, if we connected to the divine. You know, it may work every once in a while, every once in a blue moon. But what I'm saying is that, you know, our divine intuition allows us to see through the bullshit. It allows us not to fall for their traps. I said, you ever seen people who say, oh, they've been married to a narcissist for 30 years, they didn't know it, or they've been married to a narcissist for this long, or they've been dating a narcissist, or their parents, you know, we don't really fall into them traps. Yeah, we may fall into them here and there, but what I'm saying is, like I said, that divine intuition won't allow us to fall so deeply into their antics. And what's another one? This one's a big one. You ever notice how narcissists need external validation? They need everybody to praise them. They need everybody to look their way. They need all the attention in the world. Haven't you noticed that? But guess what? As chosen ones, we don't need that external validation because we validate it by ourselves, number one, and we validate it by divine. So when you get validated by divine and you validate it by yourself, you don't really need outside sources to people tell you good enough or this and that. You don't need that. You don't need that at all. But a narcissist, they definitely need that. So when they turn around and see that you don't need validation, but they need validation, that makes them jealous. That makes them envious of you. Again, that makes them jealous and envious because you standing on your own too, loving yourself and not needing anybody else to tell you that you're great. And yet they pride themselves on getting that validation from everybody else. And they need that in order for them to survive. It's almost like you a car that never runs out of gas and they're a car that needs gas. You can go all day long, just keep going and going and going and going and going, and you fine, you straight. It's like a car that runs on air versus a car that runs on gas. You see what I'm saying? It's an abundance of air, so you always gonna keep going versus a car that needs gas. It's eventually gonna run out of gas and gonna need to refuel. So it's the same thing with a narcissist. A narcissist is eventually gonna run out of energy if they're not given that validation by outside sources. They're gonna fall, they're gonna fail. But a chosen one doesn't need that. We can validate ourselves. We're validated by the Most High. And that makes a narcissist very envious. Again, it makes a narcissist envious. And that also, to lead on, that makes them want to be competitive with us. Again, that makes them want to be competitive with a chosen one. Because they see we don't need validation. So it's almost like they try to test and see how really tough you are, what you really built with, what you really built for. That's what they really want to see. Who is this person? You know, that's what they think. Who is this person who don't need validation? Who is this person who's not looking for acceptance? Who is this person who can just be themselves? You know, they don't know how that's possible. So they always try to put themselves in competition with you to see if they're better than you. Why? Because they need that extra validation. They need that extra approval to say that they're better than somebody who doesn't need validation, who validates themselves. It's almost like you're an alien. They can't believe it. They're so surprised. Next, chosen ones mirror narcissist weakness. Again, we're a mirror. We're already a mirror for a lot of people. But for a narcissist, oh my God. We could talk about so many topics when it talks about mirroring. We could talk about how, just like I just said, we don't need external validation. We could speak on how we treat people. We could speak on how our souls are clean and pure and righteous. We could talk about a lot of things. We could talk about, how we heal, how we help people, how we have abundance and growth mindsets, how we stumble but don't fall, how we love people, how we forgive. We mirror that to a narcissist, and they don't have these things. And because they don't have these things, they hate you for it. They hate you. You are their worst nightmare when you come around. Just because of how you treat people. A narcissist could fake treating people well, but only for so long, and then that mask is going to fall. A chosen one treats people well just because that's who you are. It's written in your DNA. Again, it's written in your DNA. That's who you are. You can't fake that. A narcissist is going to fake it every time. They're going to fake it because they want to portray that they're this good person. They want to portray it because they understand that allows them to get ahead in society. That's why they portray being a good person. That's not really who they are. When they wake up, they're not really a good person. They're not. So they have to fake it. Again, they have to fake it over and over and over and over. Why? Because they understand the dynamics of society. They understand that good people are treated, they understand that you're supposed to treat people well. And people who treat people well are looked at positively in society. It is what it is. I use the N-word, but I don't really get moved by, insignificant individuals trying to use that to tear me down. I use it in the context of when I'm talking with my people, you know what I'm saying? But I won't speak like that on here because I know it's a lot of different people on here, so I don't get moved by that. But then again, you have to understand these are insignificant, ignorant minds of individuals who just want attention because they're lacking attention in their own lives and they need some validation. So we just bypass them people. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're insignificant. They just need some attention. They were neglected as a child. They're neglected now, so they need some attention. That's all it is. That's all it is. They just need some attention. They need some love. They need a hug. They need somebody to go get some ice cream with them and tell them that they love them and they're significant, but sadly they're insignificant because they keep playing these games trying to get attention. That's all it is. But like I said, we mirror narcissist weakness. We mirror how good and kind of hard a person we are. We mirror forgiveness. We show forgiveness, and that these people cannot mirror that. That's why they hate us. We mirror all their weaknesses. They look at you and they can't stand you. That's like you being in a relationship with a narcissist, and they mirror you, and they try to mirror you, let me say, and then what happens? That mirror slips and falls, and they become their true selves. Why? Because they can't keep their image up for so long. It's like they start dying on the inside. The more and more and more that they try to portray that they are these people, they try to portray themselves to be a good, kind-hearted person, they really die on the inside because that's not really themselves. I appreciate you, Haley. I appreciate you a lot. So you can't get caught up in the narcissist and their tricks and their antics, But like I said, that's why they hate you. That's why a chosen one is a narcissist's worst nightmare. Because the things that you do so simply and easily and just nature to you, they can't do it. And ultimately, that's why they fail. And this is my favorite one right here. As chosen ones, we are resistant to smear campaigns, and they hate that. You ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, or your boss was a narcissist, or a friend of yours was a narcissist or something like that, and this incident happened, and you're no longer cool with them or anything of that sort? Guess what happens? They try to spread a smear campaign. Oh, you this. Oh, you that. You did this. You did that. And as a chosen one, well, you're not really knowing about your gifts at first. What do? You try to fight it. And then eventually, like, it's not even worth it. So then when smear campaigns continue, you just let them be. You just let them fly. You continue doing you. Why? Because you understand at the root of it, it's all lies. And you understand that you as a person will eventually outgrow that smear campaign that they try to put on you. Yeah, well, he'll get his due. Don't worry about that. Like I said, chosen ones are resistant to smear campaigns. We are resistant. You can continue to try to talk down on us, talk bad about us, but our light will always outshine, the smear campaign. Again, the light will always outshine the smear campaign. And on the other end, when a narcissist talks bad about you to their orbiters, guess what happens? Eventually, those orbiters will start seeing that the lies that they spread about you was, the things that they were spreading about you were lies, and that deep down, the narcissist is a troubled individual. They will see that. It's like I was dating this girl one time, right? I was dating this girl one time. And what happened? We broke up. She tried to spread a smear campaign. I didn't fight it. And what happened? Eventually, my light, who I truly was, my truth, eventually outshined the lies and the smears that she tried to put on me. And then what else happened? Her family and her friends eventually started seeing the truth of who she really was. This is why we don't have to fight smear campaigns. That's why they hate us. Because no matter how they try to bring us down, what they try to do to us, our light will always outshine their darkness and the darkness they try to put on us. 100% over. Words can only affect you if you let it. Big facts. Big facts. You got to understand that's the devil working, but that's big facts. What do you mean by that, Haley? Make them say the N-word? But you have to understand that, like I said, as chosen ones, our light overshines and is too bright for a smear campaign. It's too light and too bright for a smear campaign. 100%. It's too light and too bright. And they'll eventually outshine the lies that they try to put on you. It always does and it always will. Like I said, your boss can say you this, you that, you was unproductive, and they fire you for that, boom. And then guess what happens? The unproduction still, the team not being productive still continues. And you go somewhere else, and now that team is more productive because you're there now, and then guess what happens? The truth is really shown.
Don't turn here, this is fine, don't turn.
That's big facts. Y'all want to talk about anything? Y'all got any questions? Y'all want to talk about anything? That's my list. The 5 reasons why. Chosen ones are a narcissist's worst nightmare. We can see through the mask and we're not easily moved. We're not easily manipulated because we have divine intuition. We don't need external validation like they do, so that makes us competition. We mirror their weaknesses, and also we're resilient to their smear campaigns. Those are the 5 reasons why. Again, those are the 5 reasons why. Any questions? I'll give it like another minute. We're going to go to 20. Like I said, I'm out here in LA. I'm always out here. But we out here with the LA lights, if y'all know what that is. It's always in the famous movies and all that. And that's the famous art museum, LA Art Museum. This is Wilshire Boulevard. I know y'all seen it in all the movies, all the TV shows and all that. That's Wilshire. People think that if they are alone, they can do whatever. Like, people don't know that they did. Expand on that, Haley. Expand on that. I kind of got a gist of what you're talking about, but expand on that a little bit more. Because truth is, darkness will always come to the light. No, never mind. You good. Just expand on it a little bit more. Don't retract it. No, you good. We here, we got patience. It's okay to articulate yourself in a different way for people to understand what you're talking about. Is that what you're talking about? People think that if they're alone, they can do whatever, like people don't know what they did. Yeah. If you're talking about what you know, you could, to me, if I'm thinking about what you're saying, I have this belief that whatever's in the dark comes to the light. However your main thought is, whenever you by yourself with people, however you think, you know, however you feel, will always come forth through your subconscious. So if you feel a type of way about a certain people, right? If you feel a type of way about a certain people and you only keep it to yourself, eventually that will become your predominant thought about those type of people. And then eventually what will happen is when you come around those people, or just unconsciously, you will start acting and behaving towards in the way that is your predominant thoughts. So, you know, that's the thing about whatever's in the darkness will come to the light. Is that whatever's deep and dark in your minds or in the pits that you try to hide, if you keep continuously thinking about it over and over and over, eventually it will come to the light through your behaviors and your actions. To me, that's the truth about whatever in the dark will come to the light. Whatever you're trying to hide the most will eventually come to the light. Any more questions? Any more questions, or else I'm about to get off and enjoy the rest of this sunny, beautiful day. Give it about 30 more seconds. I greatly do appreciate y'all for watching and joining. We had some unscrupulous individuals, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, third eye rich. Yep, third eye. Yep, third eye. This channel is just about deep introspection, you know, psychology, philosophy, spirituality, things of that sort, you know. That's what this channel is about. Healing. That's what this channel is all about. It's just going deeper than the surface about a lot of things. I appreciate that, Haley. I greatly do appreciate that. I said, if y'all dealing with the narcissist, or you think you're dealing with the narcissist, anything of that sort, I got an ebook on Amazon. Y'all can go ahead and check that out. Narcissist Red Flags. The link is in the description down below. Whenever you're watching this, y'all can check that out. But anyways, I'm about to go ahead and slide off of this thing. Enjoy the rest of my day. I greatly do appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all have a blessed day. This Third Eye Rich. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.